Okay, welcome to the Kingston Police Services Board meeting number 2306, being held Thursday, April 20th, 2023. Is there a disclosure of a conflict of interest? No, okay. Can I get an approval for the agenda? Thank you, Gail, Christian. And can I also get the adoption of the minutes for the meeting 2305, March 23rd, 2023 be adopted? Thank you, Gail. Christian, very good. I'm going to call for a motion for the communications. Is there any question of any of the communication, or does the acting chief, would he like to say anything on behalf of those communications? Nope. Then may I get a motion to accept them? Okay. Yep. Gail, Christian, very good. Then I'm going to ask for the information report. Call for a motion that the following reports be received for information purposes. The chair asks acting Chief Fraser if you'd like to speak to any of them.
Certainly.
Can I get a motion to accept them first?
Okay.
Gail, Christian, good, thank you. Go ahead, Scott.
No, certainly the reports are there with our Q1 statistics, which are a snapshot in time. We have our report in relation to our community, police community volunteers, and also the St. Patrick's Day financial report. We just didn't have all of our ducks in a row for last month. I know everybody's had an opportunity to review the reports, and I'm happy to answer any questions should there be any.
There's also the Q1 budget report.
My apologies. Yes, the Q1 budget report is there as well. And we ran into some difficulties with our computer system last week. So apologies for it being a little bit late, but we had a financial kind of crisis in the crashing of John's computer, but we got everything back up and running and we got John calmed down. So good job, John. Appreciate it.
Okay. No questions. Then the next was talking about the deferred motion. Request remove background check fee for volunteers for a not-for-profit agency. The numbers that we got from John, you know, in a budget crunch, the way it is, it's quite the sum of money. It's like $250,000. That would be taken from the budget. We've already deferred this from the March 23rd meeting. Does anyone have any? Christian, go ahead.
So since the member who brought that proposal isn't here today, I wonder whether we might defer on that. I mean, my view on this is that this is a problem. This is a solution in search of a problem.
Yeah.
I would like to see evidence that this fee is actually imposing concrete barriers to organizations getting the volunteers that they need. And I would rather see a discretionary process whereby any individuals, organizations who feel that they cannot afford the fee on an individual basis can apply for a waiver than to offer a blanket waiver. My concern is that, I mean, just pure economics, anytime you make something free, it risks creating sort of also a considerable workload in terms of a flood of applicants. So I'm not sold on the proposal, Chair.
Right. Thank you for your input. I think of the system to be put in place to make sure that it's legitimate and to keep track and all those things. I think it's a bigger beast than just something that we all say yes to or no to, you know. So yeah, we'll defer, can I have a motion to defer that till the next, thank you, Gail, Christian, myself, to next month's meeting? And we're gonna talk about, a motion for the license agreement between the Kingston Police Services Board and the Kingston City Police Association. Renewal time, Kingston Police Services Board renew the license agreement with the Kingston City Police Association Inc. to continue occupy office space and use a portion of the Kingston Police Storage Building for a further term of 5 years expiring September 30th, 2027. And the board authorizes the chair or his delegate to execute the agreement in a form satisfactory to the board. Motion? Thank you, Gail. Question. Then we have another one, license agreement between Kingston Police Services Board and the Victim Services of Kingston and Frontenac. That the Kingston Police Services Board renew the license agreement with the Victim Services of Kingston and Frontenac to continue to occupy space and the use of the common areas, rooms at police headquarters for a further term of 5 years, expiring on September 20th, 2027. And that the board authorize the chair and or his delegate to execute the agreement in a form satisfactory to the board. I have a motion. Yeah, okay, very good, Gail, Christian. And then a ratification of motion, the Ontario Transfer Payment Agreement, Bail Safety Pilot Program, 2023-2024, that the Kingston Police Services Board ratify a motion passed by the pool of quorum of board members on April 3rd, 2023, pending the next board meeting. The Kingston Police Services Board enter into a bail safety pilot program 2023-2024 Ontario Transfer Payment Agreement between His Majesty the King and Right of Ontario as represented by Attorney General of the board and the board effective April 1st, 2023. And the board authorized the chair or his delegate to execute the Ontario Transfer Payment Agreement on behalf of the board. Motion or questions? Okay, good. Gail, Christian, thank you. Ratification of motion, new hires, that the Kingston Police Services Board ratify the motion passed by a pool of a quorum of the board members on April 12th, 2023, pending the next board meeting, that the Kingston Police Services Board appoint Braden Marcier, Sean Melvin, James Jack, Cameron Russell, and Shannon Schwark as officers of the Kingston Police effective April 20th, 2023. Yep, good. Very good. Then we'll talk about new business. 2023 Special Olympics Ontario School Championships. June 6th to 8th, 2023. Do you want to talk about that?
Certainly, I'll just take a quick moment. We're fortunate to be hosting the school championships. We're going to be seeing somewhere between 900 and 1,100 athletes from around the province coming to Kingston, along with their competing in 5 different events: bocce ball, track and field, basketball, soccer, and floor hockey. It's going to be an amazing few days. We're hoping the board may be able to participate. We have an opening ceremonies, the law enforcement torch run, people will be here lighting the cauldron. We have opportunities where we can present medals, and I understand everybody's schedules are busy, but I'll continue to provide the board with kind of an updated time of events and where they would be. Most of it's being held at Queen's University, but there's also some other locations in the city. And by all means, anybody's welcome to attend and assist. And we'll have lots of volunteers from our community volunteers, the police service, and of course the community. So lots going on, a lot of excitement being generated from this. We were supposed to do this a few years ago, but COVID prevented us. So now we're hosting it. So we're going to be, it's going to be a very big event for Kingston, and we're really happy to have it.
Great. And then the staffing updates. There's a retirement of Sergeant Chris Bracken on April 30th, 2023. And maybe can we have a moment of silence for the board to observe a moment of silence for the tragic stabbing death of Quebec Provincial Police Officer Sergeant Maureen Burrow. Is there any other new business that would you'd like to bring forward, anyone? No, then I'm going to ask that we move in camera. Make it a motion for that. Christian, Gail, thank you. And I don't think we really need a break, do we? No, let's roll right into it. Okay, we'll see you in the next room. Thank you.